Hey guys, and welcome to my frequently asked questions video. I wanted to do this video separate from my Q&A video because I wanted to address the questions that I get over and over in my comments and have them all in one video. And with all of that said, let's get into the video. Why are you naked? Are you naked? Ew. You're like almost naked. False. I've said it in multiple videos, multiple comments. I body paint in a tube top. I know people are constantly finding me and watching my videos at different times, so they may have missed when I actually said that. But I do have some other things to say about this. A, it shouldn't matter even if I was naked, because it has nothing to do with my content or my artistic abilities. B, why do you just assume because you see my shoulders I'm naked? And C, I'm not showing anything obscene or graphic. You never even see cleavage, so I really don't understand the "you" thing. It's just shoulders. But I know shoulders are oh so scandalous. What am I supposed to do for clothes? But what if I don't want to do this naked? Because I do makeup tutorials for certain characters from certain fandoms, like Five Nights at Freddy's and Doctor Who and things like that, so people automatically assume I'm a cosplayer and that's what I do these for. Well, I am not a cosplayer. I have never cosplayed. I probably won't ever cosplay. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with cosplay. My sister cosplays. I have tons of friends that cosplay. I just personally do not. So I am the last person you should be asking for costuming advice. I do these as makeup tutorials. I transform myself into characters with makeup, not to go out in public in them. I never even leave my house. It's simply a makeup tutorial. So probably don't ask me for cosplay tips unless they're makeup related. Are you bald? Where's your hair? You're so dedicated for shaving your head. Clearly, I am not bald. Some makeup looks do require no hair, so I use something called a bald cap. And I do mention that in every video, but I know people skip through the beginnings of things, so yes. I use bald caps to conceal my hair. The bald caps I use are made of latex. They do make plastic ones if you are allergic to latex, but they are a little more expensive. And for my makeup tutorials, I don't need super high quality bald caps. And I do, in a lot of tutorials, also block out my eyebrows, so there's no hair texture. What products do you use? What brand of face paint do you use? As I say in every video, all of the products used are always listed in the description. If you're ever curious about a certain product I use or what brand of body paint I use, it is always listed in my description. I have it all typed out. What music do you use? What's the name of that song? Music I use is from the Creator Studio here on YouTube or No Copyright Sounds here on YouTube. And the specific tracks are always listed in the description. So if you're ever curious or you want to know what music it is, check the description. Are you a boy or a girl? You look like a boy. Well, last time I checked, I am a girl. My username is ItsGottaBeSarahC, but I guess some people don't read, so that's fine. I am indeed a girl. How'd you do the pigtails? How'd you do the bun? For baby's pigtails, I simply used cardstock and cut out my shapes and painted on the detailing, then glued it to my bald cap. Obviously, if you were gonna cosplay her, you'd want something three-dimensional, but since mine was front on, I could use cardstock and it wasn't an issue. And for Ballora, I used a 4-inch styrofoam ball that I kind of flattened the bottom on. And for both her little crowns, I used craft foam that I painted, and then I just glued the styrofoam ball to my bald cap. How long does that take? How long did this take? Something like my sister location makeups usually take around 3 hours, but if it's something simple like my cracked doll, that can take anywhere from like half an hour to an hour depending on how detailed it is, so anywhere from half an hour to 3 hours. How do you take that off? How do you even take that off? My god, I bet that takes forever to take off. Since all of my paints are water-activated body paints, specifically meant to be used on skin, you don't ever want to use something that's not like acrylic or watercolors. Don't put that on your skin. It's not FDA approved to be on the skin. But since all of my paints are water-activated, I simply take a shower. That gets most of them off. Some colors are a little stubborn and stain a little bit, so when I get out, I use a reusable makeup removing cloth to get any stubborn spots off, and then I wash my face. And it is all removed and it doesn't take all that much time. I'm not gonna make a video on it because I would have to get in the shower and I don't think anyone needs or wants to see that. Oh my god, you should totally be on Face Off. You should totally be on that show Face Off. Let's talk about Face Off for a second. So as I mentioned in my Q&A video yesterday, I did attend school for special effects makeup, and the casting directors for Face Off actually recruit at my school. Every semester we would have a Skype Q&A with them where they would encourage everyone at the school to audition for the show. I went to school with many people who have been on the show since graduation. One of my classmates even won her season, and I have worked with and for multiple people who have been on the show, but it is not something I want to pursue, as you have to put your life on hold for 3 months, and a lot of people that I know that have been on the show, it didn't really even open up that many opportunities for them since being on it, so I would rather just stick to doing YouTube. This would have looked better with purple contacts. You should have used green contacts. This would have been scarier with contacts. Well, let's talk about theatrical contacts for a second. Around Halloween time, you see tons of companies on Instagram and different social media sites advertising lenses, and they're usually around $20 to $40 for a pair, and they do not require a prescription. Let me tell you that these lenses are not safe. They have a generic base curve to them, so they don't usually properly fit anyone's eyes, which can be very dangerous and can lead to things like corneal abrasions, eye infections, and even blindness. Now, that's just a very basic overview of the issues with them. Freakmo here on YouTube, who is an awesome artist, actually made an entire video recently on the dangers of these cheap lenses, so definitely check out her video if you want to learn more about it or just do your own research on it. Whenever you're buying lenses, you should always talk to an eye doctor first, and they should always require a prescription. Even if you don't need them to be corrective, they should still require a prescription so they properly fit your eye. And lenses that do require a prescription and are hand done and safe usually are around $150 per lens, depending on the intricacy of the design. Yeah, so I don't have $300 to drop on a pair of lenses just for one makeup look, so that is why I do not wear contact lenses. My eyesight is more important to me than a cool makeup effect. You should do a sans makeup or papyrus. Oh my god, please do. Insert Five Nights at Freddy's character name here. First of all, I would like to say, please check my channel before requesting any character, because I have everything organized in playlists. I have an Undertale playlist, a Five Nights at Freddy's playlist, Villains playlist. I have so many playlists so you can kind of search for what you want, and there's that handy dandy search tool, so if you're looking for a particular character, you can just search their name and boom, see if I've done it, and then if I haven't, feel free to request it. And for all of you who keep requesting Five Nights at Freddy's characters, do not worry, I have plans, and I mentioned this in yesterday's video too, to do a series the week of Thanksgiving called Five Nights of Freddy's, where I would do a character from 1, 2, 3, 4, and sister location every day of that week. So you would be getting 5 more Five Nights looks. So I do have plans to do some more characters for you guys. So those are, I think, all of the questions that I get asked very, very frequently. I hope this answered some of your questions and maybe cleared up some things for you. Also, this in no way was meant to shame or make anyone who asks any of these questions feel bad. I just wanted to make this video a little different from my Q&A since they're being uploaded right after one another. I wanted to make this one maybe a little more entertaining for you guys. So yeah, not meant to make fun of you guys or anything. I appreciate each and every person that watches my videos and even takes the time to comment, as long as it's a positive comment and not something rude. I appreciate all of you, and thank you all so much. I obviously couldn't be here without you guys, and I think it's so awesome that so many of you have found me over the last 2 months and joined my little family here. So thank you all so much, and I hope you found this video informative, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in a few weeks for Five Nights at Freddy's. Bye guys.